Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft. So, since the 1.5 update with the inclusion of Minecart's booster and pressure plate tracks, I felt sort of inclined to put together a few contraptions that show some of their applications aside from the obvious making your cart go forward in some particular direction. So starting off, I'm sure that many of you remember my vending machine, and sort of an unfortunate thing happened with the 1.5 update of the piston mod, and that is that pistons, when they're up on a block above something like a minecart, where they used to push them in 1.4 and earlier 1.3, now they no longer do that. They'll just go straight over the minecart and it won't actually push it. And obviously if I had it right here, it would destroy the track, which is sort of a problem, but no fear. Because of these booster tracks, it works totally on the vanilla now. So it operates in the exact same way. Say we want, obviously I don't have any food in them, they're just regular minecarts, but if I want some what used to be bread, just operates in the exact same manner. It comes down and it gets lifted onto this non-booster track here, and since this is not currently in the on state, it gets turned on for just a second by this pressure plate here, and it's enough time for it to actually make it through this little segment and up onto this generic rail, and then it gets stuck because this is no longer in the on position. You can take your food that would have been there previously, and when I press this button, it turns it on again, and off it goes. And obviously the underside works in the exact same manner as before, and I'll just, I don't know, bring down another cart just so you can see it in action, and then send it back. Same exact thing as before, except now it operates totally on the vanilla. So it's kind of cool. Take your food, or yourself, and there we go. And off it goes, once again. So that's the first thing. Minor adjustments, but kind of cool. Now another application is for anyone who enjoys making note block songs, where originally it was just a whole kind of really intensive contraption. I have forgotten to put some note blocks down here, so let me do that really quickly. Whoops. Where are my note blocks? Right there. Let's finish this up. That's embarrassing. Anyway, where in the beginning, before there were even repeaters, it was just kind of a big hassle contraption putting together one of the songs in-game. Then the process got a little bit easier with repeaters, so you could adjust just by right-clicking if you wanted like eighth, quarter, whole, half, 16th notes. I don't think you can do 16th notes, but I guess it's all particular to your frame of reference anyway. Now, if this is something that interests you, you can actually use the booster and pressure tracks to play a song as well. So I'll just hop in the cart, and the reason this is kind of cool is because you don't hear footsteps, and you actually keep up right along with the notes that are being played, so they're all at equal volume when you're trying to record them or something. So obviously I haven't tuned these blocks to anything in particular, but I don't know, you kind of get the idea. And it resets back to the beginning. Kind of have to push them back ever so slightly to get them totally reset. But just another cool possibility. And this is one more thing that I threw together last night, and it's sort of like a little minecart dispenser slash arrival system sort of thing. I'll show you how it works. So basically we've got a whole bunch of minecarts up here, and they're all basically trapped by the boosters that are in the off position, and as soon as I turn them on with this lever, it'll just for a second allow them to go forward one, and then that dispenses one of the carts, and then I can hop in, press the button, and off we go on to the next station. And then there's an arrival portion, so I stop here and I get out, and you'll notice it stays. And so there's a nifty little junction right here. So basically you'll see when I enter, it points, all the things point forward and allow my cart to go, and myself to go into here. However, when I try to depart from this spot, when I click this button, it's actually on a little timer, hence this little dirt bridge, and it actually switches it just in the right time so that I can escape. So now to actually get the cart back into the little dispenser station, I should actually first get rid of this thing, otherwise we are going to cause a backup. Should try to plan ahead. However, when I press this button right here, it'll actually turn this into the on position, and it'll allow it to go forward, and then it'll just get propelled up. So, there we go. And then it's just sort of an infinite loop of restocking and then departing. So now if I, again, hold this lever for just a second, a little bit longer. I should probably come up with a better system than actually timing holding the lever by hand, but I don't know. Save that for a later date. Press the button again, and off we go. Back into the previous station. And then the process repeats itself. So I'll get this back into its original position. And voila. Minecart Dispenser / departure system. And obviously you would have the receiving one, these two sections way far apart for like journeying more quickly between two different parts of your world. Anyway, that's about it for these booster / pressure plate carts for now. I'm sure there are many more things you can do with them, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, it would be awesome if you wouldn't mind taking half a second to leave a rating. I do really appreciate it. Makes me warm and fuzzy. Oh yeah, also, it appears I've got like an extra copy of the original Portal on Steam. So if that's of any interest to you, probably a lot of you already have it, but yeah, if you're interested, feel free to leave a comment with your Steam ID, and I'll just randomly choose someone in a couple days and gift it to them. So yeah. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.